Here we are, back at week 2 of the summer series. And as we said in the first week, no spiritual treasure exists outside the human bodily experience of walking on this earth. So this next week is about reverence. So I think, and Barbara Brown Taylor tells us, that reverence is a combination of awe and humility. Awe that we can find in nature. It might be a single bloom, or a sky full of falling stars, or a big storm, or even just a little baby. And then the humility portion of it is knowing our place in the scheme of things, right? So not thinking too highly of ourselves, nor thinking too lowly of ourselves. So we're going to take a few minutes on our mat to be countercultural. So cultural tells us, culture reveres money and business, busyness, success. We want to get away from all the things that distract us from true reverence. So we're going to do some forward folds, of course, because in any tradition, folding forward and bowing is gives us that sense of humility. And we're also going to challenge ourselves by doing warrior 3 pose, so one-legged balance, and some other poses that kind of tax muscles we're maybe not used to using. So we'll do a breath practice throughout, which is like making the ha sound through our mouth, or even doing lion's breath. And spend a few minutes being quiet at the end. So we're going to start seated today. These glasses, they remind me of George Burns in Oh God, 1977 classic. So sit up on a block or even a chair or a blanket. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Maybe close your eyes and take a few breaths. So my idea about setting an intention today on the mat would be, what is it in your practice that you could have reverence for? Cultivating more than we normally would. We tend to beat ourselves up on the mat. Not good enough, not stretchy enough, not strong enough. Do the opposite today. Call it gratitude. Find your awesome and set that as your focus. And once you've done that, we're just going to drop our chin to our chest. Just the slightest of bows. And then take one ear to one shoulder, doesn't matter which side. And then exhale, chin to the chest. Take the other ear to the other shoulder. And drop the chin to the chest. Just moving with your breath, ear to ear, inhaling, exhaling through center. Inhaling the other side. One more time. And drop your chin to your chest. So right away we're going to explore the myriad ways the spine will move. So on an inhale, twist to that first side. And then exhale, bring your body forward and around to the center. Gentle forward fold. And then inhale, just a little arch here, tilting the pelvis forward, lifting the gaze maybe a little bit. And exhale, back to a neutral spine, folded forward, and then go around to the other side. So chest over the thigh. And then inhale, land in your twist on that side. So let's reverse that. Fold over your thigh. Round to center. Inhale, tilt the pelvis forward, gently arch, lift the chest. Exhale, back to neutral, folded forward. Bring your ribs over the other thigh. Inhaling, twisting on the other side. And exhaling, gently release. And then take one arm up overhead and gently fold straight to the side. So we'll have moved our spine in all directions. If this is all you did, it would be great for your body. Inhale, take the other arm up. Exhale, and fold. And inhaling, come on back up to center. So we'll take a moment to engage our core. Roll back on your elbows. Flex your feet, lift your shins. And then do some nice slow bicycles. So only straightening and lowering the leg is as much as is safe for you. Keep your chest lifted and your breath steady. Do one more each side. Maybe stretch both legs out. Pull the low belly in. As you exhale, your legs upward. Keep the knees bent if you need. And make that ha sound. And rock yourself back up to seated. Nice. Roll to one side so that we can come back to all fours. We'll do just a couple of mini sun salutations to get the spine moving again. So bring your hands forward, shoulders over the wrists. If you curled your toes under, you'd be in the top of a push-up plank. Then you could float your knees back down. And exhale. Elbows in, push in your thumbs. See if you can get your chest and chin down first, and then your hips. And push your feet into the mat. Maybe take the fingertips forward today and out so you have more space. Inhaling, gentle cobra. Exhaling, forehead to the mat. Reverse your push-up, squeeze your elbows in. And exhale back to your first child's pose. So maybe taking your time, exploring this bend in the knees, or finding a chair and putting your hands on a chair. Inhale deeply and exhale out that ha sound. Do that a couple more times. It's basically the sound we would make if we were awed by something. Inhale deeply. Exhale out the mouth. So one more time, reach the arms way far forward, inhaling, shoulders over the wrists, squeeze the elbows in. Exhaling, chaturanga, hips come down last. Maybe this time you keep your hands underneath your shoulders, push your feet into the mat. Inhaling, gently arch. Exhaling, forehead to the mat. Squeeze those elbows in, up onto your knees. And exhale back into a forward fold, child's pose. 2 times the ha sound. Inhaling, shoulders over the wrists. One last time, exhaling, chaturanga. Push those feet into the mat, inhaling, cobra. Exhaling, forehead to the mat, reverse your push-up. This time, curl your toes under and find your downward facing dog. So using a chair, if you want less of an inversion, or coming onto your hands, and go ahead and walk your dog. So wherever you are, you're going to do 3-limbed plank. So on an inhale, lift your left leg up in the air. Exhale, pull the knee into the chest. Hold for a breath. And go back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, take the right leg to the ceiling. Exhale, drop the hips, pull the knee into the chest. Take a breath. And exhale back to downward facing dog. And look at your thumbs. And slowly and gently walk your feet in to meet your hands. Keep your knees soft. Keep your spine long, maybe holding onto the shins or the thighs or the ankles. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. One more deep exhale, the ha sound. And then soften the knees. Drop into your chair pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale your hands to your heart center. So we're going to do 3 easy sun salutations, just half, bowing forward. So find your Tadasana. Inhaling, arms up. Soften the knees. Exhale, dive forward wherever it's safe for you. Then inhale, halfway up. Spine nice and long, and exhale, hang again. And as you inhale, reverse your dive like you're being lifted from the elbows. Spread your wings, fingertips up in the air, and exhale your hands to your heart. Again, bowing, inhaling, arms up. Sticking with that intention that you set. Gratitude for your practice. Inhale, halfway up, just move with breath. Exhaling, fold. Then reverse your dive, fingertips wide, then up in the air, and exhale your hands to your heart. So all those distractions, devices and lists that draw our attention away, exhaling, fold. Keep them set aside for a moment, inhaling halfway up, being fully present here. Exhale, hang, reverse your dive again, inhaling, fingertips up, and exhaling, hands to the heart. Come up onto your tippy toes. Just check in with your balance today. And exhale, drop your heels. Nice. Okay, so we're going to do Warrior 3. All right, basically you're going to make your body the shape of a T. So point your left foot. I'm at the back of my mat, right? You're going to take a big step forward, point the back foot, and then you're going to seesaw till you get your body parallel if you can. Keeping the back leg in line with the spine. Use your drishti, your focal point, something that's not moving. Maybe keeping your hands to your hips. Soften the knee and step back. Bring your hands to your heart and take a breath. It's quite amazing all the things our bodies can do. Point your right foot. Step forward, point your back foot. Energy out through the crown of the head. Find your drishti. And bring yourself forward. And step back. Hands to the heart, take a breath. Inhale deeply, exhale the ha sound. So you could do that the same way, or you could challenge yourself a little bit more, taking your arms overhead, interlace your fingertips, step that left foot forward again, point the right toes, squeeze your ears with your upper arms, use your same drishti, and fold. Soften the knee, step back, exhale your hands to your heart. Go to the other side, point the right toe, step forward, point the left toe, root to rise, and then fold. And step back. And exhale. Nice. So come to the center of your mat. Drop your chin to your chest, just like we did in the beginning. Take one ear to your shoulder. Exhale your chin to your chest, other ear to the shoulder. Exhale your chin to your chest. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Take your arms up overhead again. Interlace your fingers, release the index fingers, get nice and long. Just go fold from side to side. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and again. Come on back up and release your hands. And then we're going to bring ourselves down to the mat. Inhaling, take your arms up overhead. Exhaling, gently diving forward, let your head hang. Inhale.
Exhale, halfway up. Soften your knees, step one leg way back in high lunge. Just coming to the top of your push-up plank safely. Hold here for a breath. Barbara Brown Taylor tells a great story about remembering reverence. Float your knees down and come to child's pose. Take a few breaths. About basically a pimply-faced kid in the grocery store who was bagging her groceries and squishing her mushrooms. But the poor kid had no idea they were even mushrooms. He dropped a big old soup can on them or something. He was more concerned about impressing the cashier than he was about Barbara's mushroom. But once she recognized that he too was a person with hopes and needs and aspirations, I believe she said the fist of her heart could let go. So remembering our rank, our place in the grand scheme of things. Pull your low belly in. On an inhale, come back up to all fours. One last pose, dropping to our elbows. We're going to do dolphin pose. So plant your hands, forearms parallel. Keep that space between your shoulders and your ears nice and long. Curl your toes under, pull your low belly in, and lift your hips up. Feels like a downward facing dog, but we're on our elbows. You keep your knees bent if your hamstrings are tight. So the more you walk your toes forward, the more you load your body weight over your shoulders. Just a couple of breaths. Keep gazing forward. So these poses that challenge us in new ways can create both awe and humility. Float the knees down, come back to child's pose. So that pose is actually preparation for forearm stand. Let your head be heavy on a block or the mat or chair. Reach out if you'd like to work on forearm stand. Meanwhile, inhaling, shoulders over the wrists. Walk your knees back, take them a little bit wide. So posing and counter posing. Bring your shoulders back over your wrists and then drop your hips. So just a gentle arch. Inhale deeply here. Exhale out the ha sound. Do that one more time. Inhale deeply. Exhale out. Pull your low belly in and find a seated pose. So you could again sit up on a block or blanket or bolster. Bring your right foot into your left inner thigh. Janu Shirsasana, you could grab a strap if it's helpful. Mostly we want to keep the spine long here. So deep forward fold. Inhale, get tall. And exhale, take your body forward over that leg. Pull your low belly in. Draw the left hip back. Soften the right leg. Maybe you find your foot, the outside of your foot. Slide your shoulders away from your ears. Settle in for a couple of breaths. So you can use that ha sound anytime. Or lion's breath where you stick your tongue out. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Gently release. And come on back up. Stretch the other leg out. So safely transitioning to the other side. Bringing your left foot to the inner thigh, toes pointed straight to the ceiling. Inhale, get tall. And exhale, start to fold. Right hip back, left leg soft. Inhale. And exhale. Keep going. Make that ha sound or lion's breath if you like. Nobody's watching you. It feels great to do. Inhale deeply. Exhale, tongue out. Notice how using our breath will allow our body to experience different sensations. Pull your low belly in, so remembering that the breath is something that you can always take with you. Go ahead and stretch your legs out, give them a shake, and we are going to roll back down onto our backs. Keep your knees bent. Take a moment to check in and see if there's any other pose your body might be asking for. Take 5 or 6 breaths to do that. And after you've finished up, if you haven't already, find your Shavasana. Maybe you stretch your legs out or keep your knees bent or find legs up the wall. Tuck your shoulder blades together. Move any props so that nothing's touching your body. Try keeping your palms facing up, being receptive to all that good energy you've created. Send some more positive energy out into the world as you recall your intention, your awesomeness, one more time. Then let it go. Take a few breaths, nothing to do until you hear my voice again. Maybe one more deep inhale. Exhale, out the mouth, and settle. And then wiggle your fingers and your toes. Draw your knees in. Maybe make your spine longer by reaching over your head, or make any motions to get going again. There's no right or wrong way. So when you're ready, either rolling to one side, or maybe keeping your eyes closed, pushing yourself up to seated. So the reality is that there is awesomeness, something to feel reverence toward in our own bodies, and it's true for everybody else. So Barbara Brown Taylor reminds us that the practice of paying attention is as simple as looking twice at people and things you might just as easily ignore. So when you're ready on the inhale, take your arms, open them wide out to the sides. Exhaling, bring your hands to your heart center. Then inhale one more time. Taking in with reverence everything around you and within you. Bow your head to your own heart. Thank you for taking care of your body so that you can care for others. The Spirit in me honors the Spirit in each of you. Namaste.